All right, welcome back. Aloha, multidimensional friends. Thank you so much for joining in for another one of our inspirational team tarot readings. My name is Mystic Spider-Man, Skull Babylon, Wolf Shield. This is going to be one of those evenings where we're just going to stay up late all night checking in with what messages the universe has us as per routine. So thank you everyone so much for joining. We're actually going to get right into our first reading. Normally when we do this, we just have the condition where we wait for 10 people to be able to tune in on YouTube to be able to get things rolling with our first reading as we do a little mini game in the chat. But we already got 10 people here in the YouTube chat, so if you guys are tuned in on YouTube and you're ready to get right into our first reading, go ahead and drop an 1111 in the chat to be able to let us know. If it's your first time here, go ahead and drop a 333. If you guys are tuned in on TikTok or Instagram, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube and take part in the minigame. And if anybody on YouTube, if you're able to jump into the TikTok broadcasts, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but if you send GIFs within the TikTok lives, I think it boosts the broadcast. Someone was telling me this today, which apparently could be a real thing. So if anybody here wants to go over to my YouTube, even just to be able to help redirect people, totally, it's a volunteer thing, but you guys are welcome to do it. Thank you again, everyone, so much for joining in. Awesome to see everybody here. Let's get right into our first reading. Shout out to Brianna, Luna Raven, Animal, Brandon, Fanny, and to Charlie and Psychic, Curtis, and Pinoaks, and anybody else, Pisces, and Rising Starseed, and anybody else tuned in on all platforms. So for those of you who may be new, the way how we do this, these readings, these aren't necessarily like psychic readings, they're not fortune tellings. What we do is we use the cards as a mirror for us to be able to see more of ourselves, and we do this within the context of this beautiful, amazing community that we have been building through the Paradigm Shift Central Project, which is about building a team of shifters, people who are actively helping assist with the shift in consciousness. As we're moving through the readings, I feel like I'm talking to people who probably know the routine, but there might be a couple new people tuned in. What we're going to do, we're going to go through as many readings as we can, while also inviting people to be able to join on the Patreon, and also inviting any Patreon supporters to even increase their pledge if they feel they wish to. And then as we do that, those new contributions on the Patreon will also be people who will help facilitate the next reading. And for everybody here, we're at 229, working towards 233. So our goal was to be able to hit 233 before the end of the month. So now we're working on the extra mile to be able to just continue to not only show up to do tarot, but again, to be able to invite people to connect further with the team. So we got about 8 people tuned in on YouTube right now. We'll even just give it just like one more minute. So for those of you on TikTok or Instagram, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube. And the way how we're going to do this is going to be like a mini game that we do. So I'm going to explain the mini game, then we're going to get right into it. First of all, this minigame is only for people who are on the YouTube. This is how the minigame works. The winner of this gets to help facilitate the first reading. We'll go through a little meditation. You'll be the one that will synchronistically choose when we pull the card. It's a regular thing that we do. It's pretty cool. It's like wizard magic, essentially. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick a number, and then for everybody here, I'm going to tell you the bracket of the number, and then you are going to make 3 guesses into the YouTube chat, 1 guess at a time. First person to guess a number wins. It will be a number bracket of like about 30 numbers. So with that said, I am going to pick the number here, and again, as we walk through this, we'll get right into our first reading. This mini game will probably just take a minute. Sometimes they take 10 minutes. I don't know. It's up to you guys. So let me just pick a number here. We'll roll through it. If you guys are new here, go ahead and drop a 333 in the chat. Just feel free to let us know. Regulars, also feel free to just like say hello to the new people. All right, here we go. Picking the number. Okay, I got the number. Okay, I'm going to tell you the bracket that the number is between. For people on YouTube, this is for you. For everybody else on Instagram or TikTok, click the link in my profile, join in on YouTube. Guesses only count if you're on YouTube. I'm going to tell you the bracket. Once I do, you can leave your guesses down the chat. 3 guesses each, 1 guess at a time. Don't spam the chat. Okay. Use your psychic powers. Use your intuition. Okay. The number is between 170 and 200. The number is between 170 and 200. Go ahead and leave your guesses in the chat now. Only for YouTube. Guesses only count if you're on YouTube. So if you're on TikTok or Instagram, you guys got about less than 1 minute to be able to make the jump over to YouTube by clicking the link in my profile. And welcome again so much everyone for being here. There's a bit of a delay between me talking and the numbers coming in, so as the numbers come in, we'll do like a little like race announcer thing. And here we go. And they're off to the races, and we've got Fanny out the gate with a 171, followed right behind them we've got Brandon with a 173, and Fanny with a 177, Jazz dropping in with a 193, and Fanny dropping in their third guess with a 173. We've got Brianna coming in with a 184, Curtis with a 175, Ali coming in with a 197, Animal 186, 189, 155, 188, 198, 192. There's a lot of numbers. There's a lot of people tuned in right now. It's okay though, I'm keeping track. Nobody's got it yet. And Brianna dropping in another 177. We're getting multiple guesses at this point. This is where the strategy comes in, making sure you are not repeating the guesses of the people before you and not accidentally using a guess. So we've got Curtis dropping in a 171, Casey with a 154, Hannah aiming a little bit low with a 133. The bracket is between 170 and 200. For those of you who might have missed that part, not a problem if you did. And we've and Pinox from downtown with a 178 with the Hail Mary across the entire field, court, yard, whatever sport, I don't know what sport we're playing, across the track. Anyways, across the galaxy, Pinox got it with 178. Everybody, you're welcome to ease off on the gas, to ease off on the guesses as it is. Congratulations to Pinox. Pinox, go ahead and let us know if you would like to be able to facilitate this next reading. And for everybody here, let's give a nice congratulations to Pinox as well. For those of you on TikTok or Instagram, welcome. If you just joined in partway through that was like a mini game to help facilitate our first reading. We're gonna get right into the first reading. If you are on TikTok or Instagram, click the link in my profile to be able to join in with the primary chat on YouTube there. So again, team, we're going to get right into this first reading. Pinox, if you're ready to do this first reading, let us know. There is always the option. You can always kind of like forward your victory, but I think Pinox is, it's been a while since you've done a reading. Pinox is actually one of our Patreon supporters, one of our leading members already. So again, for those of you who may be new, go ahead and drop a 333 in the chat just so we can say hello and welcome you for those of you who are new. And again, as we do these readings, the next reading after this will be for the first person who signs up on the Patreon tonight. Joining on the Patreon, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is a really cool way to not only support the work that I do, but also support the community. And at the $11 a month contribution, you have the option to join as a leading member in our community. And so I've been creating conscious media for over 10 years, and leading members in our community are people who get to receive additional benefits to support them as conscious media creators. So my focus is helping other people develop their skills as conscious media creators. So we'll talk more about the Patreon as we go, but if anybody is ready to sign up for the Patreon, drop a 555 in the chat, or if anybody's ready to increase their pledge, go ahead and let's reach that 123 goal, or sorry, 230 goal. Why did I say that? 230. There's so many numbers. Wow, look at all these numbers here. 230 is our monthly goal, but we're going to go past that tonight, aiming to reach 233 on Patreon. And again, for those of you who aren't familiar, real quick, joining on Patreon is a really cool way to invest in yourself, to be a part of a very powerful conscious community that we've created here. Joining on Patreon gives you access as a leading member in our community. That gives you full access to our community team chat for conscious media creators. It gives you access to joining our weekly collaborative work periods where you get additional support to be able to develop your skills as conscious media creators, access to me as a conscious media creation coach, the ability to join our weekly On Air Team podcast, and discounts for the item shop where you can get Lumerian light guardian crystals. Pew, 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 pew. They're keys to the entrance to Hollow Earth. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. It's up to you. The magic is inside. So, but anyways, we'll keep an eye on the Patreon, but let's get right into our first reading. If anybody is ready to sign up for the Patreon, or if anybody's planning on increasing their pledge tonight, go ahead and drop a 555. And last thing I'll mention, then we'll get right into the first reading. When you guys sign up for the Patreon, you can also choose the additional decks for the community. Every reading we do is for the community. The first reading we're going to do is with the traditional tarot deck. The next reading that we'll do, if someone wants to choose the additional decks, they can choose from the Hero's Journey deck, the Sacred Spirit deck, or the Lightworker Oracle deck. And again, every reading that we do is for the team. So if you're new here, stick around because every single message is here for you if you are here. Awesome. Careless dropping a 555 in the TikTok. You guys can find the Patreon link in the info for the YouTube, as well as in the top corner there if you're on desktop, and also for those of you on TikTok or Instagram, the Patreon links in my profile. But make sure you jump over to YouTube if you are planning on joining. So join on Patreon to join as a leading member and also help facilitate the next reading. Thank you so much for allowing me to explain. Let's work on getting that first Patreon sign up by 10:30 tonight, and let's get right into this reading. And then as we get that Patreon sign up, we'll go right into the next reading. So if you guys are a fan of my work, help us reach that goal by the end of the month, and do it as an investment for yourself as well. Be a part of this dope, awesome team that we've been building. So let's get right into this. Kristen, let me know that you're ready. And again, for those of you who are here, what we're going to do, we're going to do a little meditation, inviting all of you to just be able to join us and being able to just close your eyes. What we're going to do, we're going to drop into our heart space. We're going to focus on gratitude. And then from there, we're going to collectively focus on the intention, show us what we need to see. And then through this, it is about being able to bring forth a message for each of us as individuals, as collective, and as the team. And then from there, Kristen is going to take a few more breaths. She'll open her eyes, and then she'll type now into the chat. For everybody else, at that point, you'll gently open your eyes, continue focusing on the intention, show us what we need to see, and then you'll type your wizard noises in the chat, and then we like charge up the deck. It's like a regular routine, and I know it sounds like crazy wizard magic. Well, maybe it is. Anyways, team, I'm here to entertain you. I'm here to just help invite all of us to be able to vibe out together. So thank you, everyone. That's what we're here to do. We're here to vibe out. And again, inspirational team tarot readings, every reading that we do is going to be within the context, expanded upon within the context of this dope team that we've been building of shifters, of light guardians, of conscious media creators, people who are actively helping assist with the shift in consciousness through creativity, compassion, and personal development. So again, if you guys are new, you're welcome to connect to our Discord server. Click the link in my profile. And if you're ready, go ahead and join up on the Patreon tonight. If you feel like you're just like, whoa, I like the idea of being a part of a really, really dope team of conscious media creators, and feel that and be like, fuck yes, let's do this. Do it for you. And also it helps the team. All right, Kristen, let's get ready to roll right into this. Thank you again, everyone, so much. And we'll keep an eye on that Patreon as we go. Let's work on getting that first Patreon sign up by 10:30. And for now, let's dive into our first reading. So for everybody here, inviting you to join us in this gentle meditation as we collectively set our intention. So for everybody here, when you're ready, go ahead and gently close your eyes. As you listen to my voice, begin connecting with your breath. Soft, gentle inhales and soft, gentle exhales. Straighten up your spine, open up your chest, relax your face. Breathing here, gently bringing your awareness into your heart space as you focus on gratitude. Gratitude for you choosing to be here tonight. Gratitude for the cards and the messages we are about to receive. Gratitude for this beautiful sacred space. Gratitude for this team, for this community of shifters. With gratitude in your heart for Kristen and for everybody here, focusing your attention on the intention, show us what we need to see. We being the individual, we being the collective, we being the team. Show us what we need to see. For everybody here, speak that intention, speak it with your heart, speak it with your mind, speak it with your words, speak it with your soul. Kristen, taking a few more breaths here, listen to your intuition. When you're ready, gently open your eyes and type now in the chat. For everybody else, focusing on this intention, show us what we need to see. Gently open your eyes now and type your wizard noises in the chat. And away we go. Charging up the deck here. I'll read your wizard noises on screen as you type them. Here we go. And oh, do you feel the excitement rise as we continue to spread these wings and fly high? For we are the ones that will make kingdoms amongst the skies as we continue to see through and shine through the night. Whiz, 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 whiz. Pew, 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 pew. Roo, roo, roo. Dew, 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 dew. And let yourself breathe as a part of this bigger breath as we all continue to show up here to do our best. And with the magic of these cards, we shall see darkness without fright, for we are the ones who will stand in the power of our light. Dew, 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 near, 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 near. Dew, dew, dew. As we hold space within this moment to check in with the cards, we shall see what message the universe shall draw. Here it comes. Hold it. Zoom, 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 zoom. Good wizard noises, you guys. And with a simple breath, we shall see what message the universe has. Choo, 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 choo. Point, 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 point. This is this card again. Okay. Do you guys want to take a guess on what card it is? For those of you who are regular, you've seen this card before. I don't mind when a card shows up twice because we always have new people who are tuned in. And again, I don't choose the cards. The universe chooses the cards. But every single time, there's always a little bit of a different message. I'll give you guys two seconds. No, I'll give you a few more seconds and two. Guess the card. I'm telling you the card with my mind. Guess which card it is. This is like, it's one of the major arcana within the tarot deck. Go ahead and guess the card. I'll give you a clue. You'll have to dig pretty deep to get this one. You'll be dying to guess it. I think I just told you. Anyways, I'm sure someone guessed it by now. The card that we have pulled, the first card for the evening with Kristen helping facilitate, one of our beautiful, amazing Patreon supporters. The first card that we have pulled for tonight is the Death card. Woo! Hooray! Fireworks! Pew, pew, pew. Congratulations! Yeah, see, Pisces guessed it. Good job. The Death card. Somebody else, Crystal, guessed it in the TikTok chat. Good job. So again, there's a Death card there. I got the book already open. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain on screen. Then we're going to move through this real quick. Let's work on getting that first Patreon sign up. Again, team, we're working towards 233 on Patreon tonight. Hey, maybe we can do more than 233. I'm actually planning on going live tomorrow. But again, for those of you who are already leading members, if you guys want to increase your Patreon pledges, you're more than welcome to do that. You guys know that the value we put out for leading members is like way more than $11, but we do the $11 to be able to keep it accessible. So if you guys are in a position to do so, please feel free to do that, and that will help initiate the next reading as well. And again, the next reading, once we have someone sign up for the Patreon, will be with one of the other decks. One of the bonus, the magical special bonus decks. So, but let's focus in on this one here. If anybody here is ready to sign up for the Patreon, drop a 555 in the chat. We'll keep an eye on that. And for the meantime, let's just dive deep let's dig deep into this card. Let's pull this card out of the ground and see what it has to tell us. Okay, thank you again, everyone, for being here. And again, if you are here, this message is for you. We're just going to visually explain the card first, and then we're going to get more into the actual stuff. The actual stuff, words. Okay, looking at this card here, for those of you on TikTok, go ahead and click the link in my profile so you can join in on YouTube and see the primary camera. The Death card, everybody's favorite card. Beautiful image here of this kind of like semi-transparent skull surrounded by a variety of symbolism. You kind of have like this like somewhat dead rose. It's not dead. You can see this like a beautiful again, just kind of like there's like a clock there, there's a dove, there's another flower, there's a little note thing there at the bottom, and it kind of looks like it's almost like kind of like inside of almost like a cathedral, some sort of like ancient building as well. Again, that's just me literally just explaining the literal part about it as well. Okay, team, I am going to read the book here. Again, I am here to not only entertain you, but to also be a hierophant, a messenger of the cosmos itself. So if you're here, this message is for you. So let's have some fun and let's talk about the Death card. It's everybody's favorite card. Yay! No, seriously, it's pretty cool. For those of you who are new, it's cool. All right. Okay. If you're here, this message is for you. We'll keep an eye on the Patreon. Thank you everyone so much. I love you guys. Let's have some fun. Card number 13. Death. The image, represented by the presentation of a white dove. A human skull rises from the morbid play of a past world above and beyond time and space, from a lighter form of being. Yeah, I guess this is an appropriate card since we're like almost in Halloween mode. Oh, I gotta tell you, leading members, I'm not gonna mention it now, but I got an idea for like I want us to have fun making Halloween videos this year. This is like the first Halloween where everyone's like super woke, so we're gonna have fun with it. We'll talk about it later. Okay. For those of you who are here, if anything I say resonates with you, drop an 1111 in the chat. And also, prepare to write out an affirmation based on the message of the card. So, meaning. As a logical result of deeper observations, in the past, the time of change is now come in which the newly won realizations can be put into practice. In the broader sense, death stands for the transference from one state to another relative to everyday life. This has less to do with the physical ending of our being and with the ending of developmental processes in general. Here, we have reached a point where we must say goodbye to the life conditions or worldviews that no longer serve us, that no longer stand up to our current points of view. Symbolically seen, this signifies making room in our life for new things by letting go of material and immaterial attachments. At this threshold between dissolving and attaching, it can also mean inwardly or outwardly letting go of a burden, as well as greeting and allowing in the new and the unknown. As a preparer for our new way of life, death makes it possible for us to have room for new life. In death, Saturn gives us the experience that the joy which we receive by fulfilling our material wishes is only of limited duration. The awareness of the constant presence of death helps us to understand our existence as an uninterrupted process of creation. I'll reread that again. That's really, really powerful. The awareness of the constant presence of death helps us to understand our existence as an uninterrupted process of creation. Death does this by not giving a constant appearance or handle on which man can grasp and attach. In the eternal cycle of becoming, existing, and passing, nothing remains the same. The only constant is change. Death can be a good advisor in all questions of life because it holds the relativity of the illusory world before us and gives us the ability to recognize what is important. In view of infinity, there is neither beginning nor end, or on that narrow edge which builds the threshold from this side to the other side, here and now becomes eternity. Only when we have our entire attention in the present do we really live. Reread that again. Only when we have our entire attention in the present do we really live. With every attachment to the past or future, we distance ourselves from what is important. Astrological significance: Pluto, Saturn, Scorpio. Keywords: new beginning, turning away from worldliness, transformation, release, freedom, new perspectives, accompanying death, exceeding limitations. Traditional meaning: end, process of dissolution, farewell, change, crossing over. Okay. Let's get ready to go a little bit deeper with this one. Thank you everyone again for being here at this point. For those of you who are new, this is just kind of like me, like freestyle, just kind of bringing forth the hype train based on the message of death. And again, here to be able to just kind of like create things in a context, to be able to give you guys more to think about and for it to be able to reach your soul. So you guys like my voice when I read it, eh? I'm glad. I try really hard. It's my wizard voice. Okay. All right. Diving into this one, digging this one up. Here we go. For those of you on TikTok and Instagram, click the link in my profile, join it on YouTube. There. Okay. Death card. So this is honestly one of the most powerful cards in the deck. I mean, I make it sound as if it's like Pokemon cards or Magic the Gathering or something like that. It's like play the death card to clear the table of all other like active cards or something. Can somebody make a actual game based on tarot cards? I feel like we could. But anyways, beside the point, again, this card is a powerful card to be seen as a symbol and to be seen as something that inevitably comes through a reflection of us evolving within our spiritual maturity. As we evolve spiritually, again, it is the process of being able to make the unconscious conscious. And within this process, undeniably, it's also being able to look at the things that we don't often look at. Death is going to mean different things to different people. And in a lot of cases, again, we think of death based on how we've been conditioned to think of death. We think of death how it's been presented to us. We think of death based on how our parents tell us. But there is a possibility, if you were to think theoretically, that if someone were to be brought up from a completely different perspective, they would not see death as this thing to be scared of, but rather something that is a natural process of nature itself, as natural as the leaves falling from the trees, as natural as, you know, flowers like, you know, blossoming and then wilting, so to speak. So this in itself really just opens us up to this idea of understanding that in a lot of ways, death is nothing more than a sacred mirror, and death holds our strength because it holds our fears. It shines back only our own fears. And so when we think of it from this perspective, we can see death as a powerful teacher, the symbol of death, the literal allegory, the literal like instances of death. How do you relate to death? Based on how you relate to death, it's really going to reflect a lot based on where you may be at within your journey, and understanding that each and every single point is valid. Each and every single point is an honorable part of the path. But when you understand that death is something that can in many ways be celebrated, you start looking at how to be able to intentionally, I say this in a realm of context, create death within your own experience. And what I mean by that is by like letting go of the things which no longer serve you, allowing wounded beliefs to dissolve, allowing old habits to be replaced with newer habits. So with this, there's a powerful message here that is up to us to in some ways be able to help orchestrate the process of death. Because I think, and again, it's funny because every time I read this card, it's always going to be different, right? Like the card's the same, but we're here different. I don't like the words come through and everything. But one thing that's kind of interesting is that when you think about it, in a lot of cases, the powerful message behind death is also to be able to teach us about the power of being able to let go through us being able to observe the circumstances where perhaps we may not. And more so even in the cases where it's not always related to the literal death, because within the literal death, obviously it's going to be very relative. Those are emotions related to grief, and that's all real. But when you think about, there are other circumstances within our life where there may be things that we might be holding on to where we should be letting them die. Like we're keeping them alive longer than they're meant to be. And for example, one thing I would talk about here would be something similar to like a relationship. Something where, you know, say for example, you're in a relationship with your partner and things just aren't really like, it's almost as if like, you know, you're like the fish tank hasn't been cleaned out in a while, and it's just like, yep, the fish are still swimming, but this isn't going to last forever, sort of thing. And how many of us have probably been through an experience where, using the example of a relationship, we'll continue to keep the relationship alive, which in the end has its, you know, not to say it's necessarily a bad thing, but it's like, are we afraid to just naturally let it go its course? And what would that look like for it to naturally go its course? And so what would happen if we begin to naturally stop trying to put ourselves in between the natural process of nature and understand that nature in itself will reveal its process through our own relationships as well? And so maybe next time when you understand this from a higher perspective and you're going through a relationship and you're just kind of checking in with things and you're just like, yeah, you know what? I feel like this relationship is kind of like the chapter's coming to an end, and I'm not gonna like turn this into a whole nother novel, but I can feel this coming to an end, and that's okay. Like that in itself says a lot. That in itself gives you a chance to be able to really see where you're at, just to be able to, again, be open to letting things go in a way that evidently requires like courage and requires bravery. So I think with the death card, it definitely brings forth a very particular aspect of our own courage to be able to see our own fears of letting go, but then to be able to meet those fears with the soft heart and to be able to remind ourselves almost from like a third person perspective that it's okay. It's okay for you to let go of things. Stop keeping things alive when that's not like, you know, the course that's naturally meant for them. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. Let nature kind of take its course. And so the exciting thing behind doing this is because, again, you know, the process of being able to let things die is also the process of being able to create space for the new things to be able to be born. So it's kind of like the longer you're holding on to something and you're keeping it alive when it's not really alive, it's like a zombie relationship. I don't know if that makes sense for any of you. I'm sure it does in some context. The longer you're prolonging the new energy to be able to come in, because until that old energy has kind of been pushed out and dissolved, there isn't the space for that new energy to be able to make its presence. And so the universe will literally go through things in a process where it's like, okay, we've got something really big coming for you, but in order for it to be able to fit into your life, literally, something else has to die, something else has to move. So when you think about it, death, and I'll just talk about this just for a couple minutes more, and then we'll get into our next reading, and we'll keep an eye on the Patreon. So again, if anybody's ready to sign up for the Patreon, now's a good time, and then we'll get right into the next reading. But again, you know, with this message of death, the big powerful message behind here that I like to be able to focus on is, again, about being able to get excited about the mystery of the unknown. And I know some of you have heard me talk about this in other readings, so it's a very powerful idea, right? To be able to understand that the fate of destruction is the joy of rebirth. Some of you resonate with the zombie relationship, apparently. But the fate of destruction is the joy of rebirth. And so in the same way we can celebrate the seasons, how do we celebrate those versions of cycles within our own life? And how do we how do we cultivate that self-awareness to just be able to check in with ourselves and just be able to say, like, you know, what things within my life maybe do I want to die, so to speak? Like literally, like this is like some next level spiritual stuff where it's literally this process of like calcination, like you like burn away and dissolve and destroy parts of yourself in order to be able to kind of like make sure that the only thing left is just like this very, very kind of like solidified and purified version of yourself. This is like getting into kind of like advanced alchemy level stuff, again, kind of like the alchemization, again, from lead to gold. But within this process, there's a process, again, it's like the calcination. You have to like burn things, and then things have to fade away, and then you kind of like continue to dissolve things until eventually it creates more of like this pristine element, the gold, that is who you're here to be able to become. So I'm sure for each and every single one of us, there are things within our life that we can bring more conscious awareness into the process of being able to give permission for them to quote unquote die, but understanding that, again, the process of something dying is only merely something moving. It's energy moving. It's a transitioning process. Energy moves, new energy moves in. So instead of gripping so tight to that new energy that's just like begging for you to let it go, what happens if you kind of let it go from a place of courage, bravery, whatever it may mean to you, and then again to begin moving into that place where you begin focusing more on yourself, focusing on creating and birthing the new habits that you're really passionate about, while also, again, falling in love with the mystery of the unknown before you even know whether or not what is or is not on the horizon. But I guarantee you, the universe loves courage, you know, like Terrence McKenna talks about this, the universe loves courage. So when you can courageously acknowledge that there are things within your life that, you know, and what things should die, evidently that's going to be a very subjective choice, but evidently it's going to be whatever is not in alignment with your destiny. And you may not fully know what that is, but eventually it will probably become clear with what it is. You're based on like vibes and energy and habits and common sense in a lot of ways. But eventually, yeah, this is about leveling up. This is about leveling up. This is about like shedding the chaff. This is about being able to purify, release the dirt, clear out the gunk, take out the trash, remove the pollution from the river, create the clear stream for things to be able to flow through. So we have to be caretakers of the process of death within our own life. Otherwise, if we just keeping holding on to things, then, you know, we're just like living in a house full of like, we're living in like a graveyard, so to speak. And I'm not saying that to be morbid, but it's like, I mean, not that there's anything wrong with graveyards or anything like that, but again, you know, it's more, my metaphor is getting off track here. Don't you want to live in a house full of like luscious plants, is what I'm saying, opposed to like dead plants, if you were thinking about it that way. So again, when things go through their cycles, move things out, bring in things new, use the dead plant material to like help birth the new plants. And that's essentially what it does, because the lessons, you might let things go, but nothing is lost. The lessons from the things that are dying stay with you as they help you become more clear on what it is that you want for yourself moving forward. So that's like the remnants of whatever it is you're letting go, is the lesson that you carry with you. Whoa, that relationship, it wasn't easy, but it really helped me get clear on what it is that I do want in my next relationship, and that's important. And so when you let go, again, one of the most powerful mantras you can do when you let go is say, thank you for helping me. 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 Not, hey, come back anytime, but thank you for helping me grow. Not, hey, that was a pleasurable experience, because it doesn't need to be a pleasurable experience for you to still be able to say, thank you for helping me. Thank you, universe, for being able to send me whatever it is that you did, because I know that you sending me these things are actually here to be able to unlock my own strength and courage as well. So thank you for helping me. And you take whatever it is that you need to be able to take out, and you become a caretaker for the cycle, for your ecosystem. Like, you have to think of yourself as like a garden, like an energetic garden, and you have to like replace things and move things. And by the time you take out the things that aren't really meant to be in your garden in the first place, then eventually what you will do is you will create a perpetual ecosystem where that garden, your life, is flourishing. And you can do that, and that's something worth working towards. But it's hard to do that when there's things in your garden that are just like sucking up the energy from the rest of the plants, so to speak. Drop an 1111 if that resonates with you. Last time I talked about this card, I did not get into gardening metaphors. So like I said, every single time that I read it is a little bit different. But yeah, create your ecosystem. What can you do to be able to create a healthier ecosystem? And again, this is all about leveling up. This is about being able to step into our power. This is about being able to be in a place where we can have a clear perspective, where we can serve others, where we can create conscious content, all of those little things. So yeah, create your own sacred energetic garden, and it should be sacred. It should be very, very sacred, and you should have very clear boundaries. And when you do this, as a result of understanding the things that you don't want, you'll get very clear on what it is that you do want. And then when things show up in your garden, you'll be like, get out of here, get out of here. And you're like, chase it with your broom and be like, get out of here. Like chasing away like some sort of like rodent or something like that. Crazy rodent, get out of here. No, get away, toxic relationship, get out of here. So anyways, let me know if that resonates with you, and let's read out some affirmations based on that little message there. Thank you again to those of you who are tuned in. It was Sheila. Thank you so much for joining in as well. Sheila's one of our Patreon supporters as well. All right, did you guys like my performance there? Or you just like, oh god, that's relatable? So, barking at them like a chihuahua. Yeah, is that what I was like? Seriously, it makes sense though, right? Like I feel that's how we gotta be. That's how we gotta be. So okay, yes, gardeners of your galaxy. Gardeners of your galaxy is what you are. So, but yeah, guardian of your precious ecosystem. Absolutely, Crystal and TikTok. Beautiful. All right, team, let's write out an affirmation based on the message of this reading. So again, for those of you who are here, this is a regular thing. Write out an affirmation based on the message you received for this card, because that will basically help tell your body that you are paying attention, and it helps you embody this message. If you don't write out an affirmation, you're probably more likely to forget whatever we just talked about. Straight up, like this is like psychology stuff. So affirmation for myself. I will continue to celebrate the cycles within my own ecosystem, within the world around me. I shall invite myself to be able to honor the process of death as something that invites me into the present moment with more gratitude, awe, and wonder of the mysteries before me. Something like that. Yeah, and again, another big lesson here, we didn't fully get into it, but again, the theme of death also is a very powerful thing that brings us back to the present moment, because when you know that things aren't going to last forever, it really just brings you back to a place of gratitude, knowing that each and every single moment is transient, but also sacred, right? This moment right here, this one, right? There it is, that moment right there. It's gone. It only happened once. Oh, here comes another moment. Here comes. Oh, okay. Now, anyways, meanwhile, people are watching the recording of this and be like, oh yeah, we'll see about that. So anyways, team, there's your first card for the night, death card. Thank you so much, Kristen, for helping facilitate. All right, team, we're going to take a little bit of an intermission here, and yeah, let's just hold space. We're working on getting that first Patreon sign up, as we're just going to read a few more of these affirmations. If anybody here is ready to sign up for the Patreon, again, only takes like 5 minutes to sign up. Help us reach our goal of 230 tonight for our monthly objective, and even 233 for tonight's objective. And again, join on Patreon to be able to join as a leading member in our community. $11 monthly contribution gives you access to our private team chat, access to our collaborative work peers to support you as a conscious media creator. You become a really part of a really powerful team of conscious media creators. access to join our weekly on-air team podcast, where you can like get on air and be in front of like a growing global audience, and access to me as a conscious media creation coach, discount for the item shop, and lots of cool stuff. If you guys are thinking of signing up for the Patreon tonight or upgrading your pledge, go ahead and drop a 555 in the chat. We'll hold space for that for a few moments. And again, we're going to get right into our next reading. And if we do have another Patreon sign up, we'll get into the team reading using either the Sacred Spirit deck, Hero's Journey deck, or Lightworker Oracle deck. So I know you guys are excited to use those new decks, so am I. So let's work on getting that Patreon sign up. Patreon signups only process on the first of each month. So that's what this is like. We have today and tomorrow is like our last kind of like push to the finish line for this month to be able to invite more Patreon supporters as well. And then eventually next month, our goal will be able to reach 260 on Patreon. And thank you so much, everyone, Patreon supporters. If you're already signed up for the Patreon on the YouTube chat, drop a 777 in the chat, and please feel free to even just kind of like plug the Patreon. You guys mean so much. Just being your support means so much. You mean so much. So thank you again. And yeah, let's read through some of these affirmations, and we'll keep an eye on the Patreon as we keep going here. All right, affirmations in the chat. Starseed, I am transforming and releasing that which no longer serves me, and lovingly let go of old habits and beliefs to allow new energy, intentions, and manifestations to rise up from the ashes. Beautiful. Well said, Starseed. Sheila, I am safe, I am protected, I am ready to face the unknown. Awesome. Brianna, I constantly work to alter the beliefs that limit me from truly expressing myself. I understand that the way I think people perceive me is from within as I construct my own reality. Powerful, Brianna. Thank you for sharing. Pisces, I am a sacred garden and I guard my auric field like a chihuahua. Well said, Pisces. Sacred chihuahua. Awesome. I'm glad you guys liked my shenanigans. Sheila, I am safe, I am protected, I am ready to face the unknown, I am supported, I am here to make a difference, I am here to transmute, I am here to experience the present moment. Love you all. Beautiful. Awesome. Hey, Javier. Pinox, I am releasing the energy that no longer serves my mission and grateful for the growth. I am letting energy flow as the leaves from the tree, not holding on to what has already passed. Beautiful. Well said. Starlight, I am an amazing gardener of my garden, releasing and weeding out the old and making sure I embrace the moment. Awesome. Ashley, I release what does not serve me. I celebrate who I am and embrace change with courage. Luna, thank you, Ashley. Luna, I shall flow with the natural cycles of the universe. Crystal, on TikTok, I am aware that death in my ecosystem creates new growth on my journey. Very, very well said, Crystal. Awesome. Thank you for those of you plugging the Patreon down in the chat. Yeah, I think most of us, that's the thing, the majority of people tuned in right now I think are literally Patreon supporters. So it's awesome just to be able to vibe out here with you guys. And again, this is a party, this is tarot reading, and this is also again about being able to invite people further to the team. So if you're looking to be able to connect with a super dope team of conscious media creators, in particular if you are a conscious media creator, then definitely feel free to join as a leading member when it works for you. But even if you're not interested in joining as a leading member, you can still support on the Patreon just because. So again, let's work on getting that first Patreon sign up. That's where you can join with a monthly contribution. And let's just check in real quick. We'll get into another reading in the next couple moments. We'll do another just like draw using the mini game format, and that way we'll just keep things moving. So for everybody here, no worries about that. And then we'll work on getting that next Patreon sign up as soon as possible, and then the next reading from there will be for the next person sign up on Patreon, or if anybody wants to increase their Patreon pledge as we're doing this, who's already signed up for the Patreon. And again, whatever you guys are contributing is all equally appreciated. Awesome. All right, so again, if anybody here is ready to sign up for the Patreon, like even just a little bit tonight, go ahead and let me know by dropping a 555 in the chat as well. So beautiful. Awesome. All right, if you guys are ready for your next reading, go ahead and drop an 1111 in the chat, and let's get right into that, doing a little mini game, and then we'll get into the next reading as soon as we have the next Patreon signed up. So pew, 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 pew. Awesome. Thank you again, everyone. For those of you on TikTok or Instagram, go ahead and click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube. Let's do another quick mini game here for those of you who are new. If it's your first time here, go ahead and drop a 333 in the chat just to be able to let us know. And let's do as many readings as we can tonight. I'll stay up as late as you guys keep me up. So But yeah, I'd love to be able to reach the 233 goal tonight. I think technically, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna update it. We're technically at 228 right now, and the reason for that, someone who I talked to earlier, they just had to put their contribution on hold. But just to update it on screen, technically we're at 228, even though that person's probably gonna rejoin in a month, so no big deal either way. But either way, thank you guys so much. Huge success. We've already like succeeded so much. And again, this isn't just about building the Patreon. This is about inviting people who resonate with what it is that we are creating here as a very cool community. For those of you on TikTok, Crystal, if you're new, I can see you're new. If you want to join in on YouTube, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube. All right, yeah, if someone wants to brew me some coffee as we're doing this, let's do that. Okay, team, let's get ready to go into our next reading. Give me 2 seconds here. All right, okay, team, here we go. I'm going to pick a number for you guys. Once I pick the number, I'll tell you the bracket. And then from there, for everybody who is in the YouTube chat, you'll get to take 3 guesses. First person, 1 guess at a time, first person to guess it will be the next person to help facilitate the next reading. So let me pick a number here. Okay, I got it. Okay, here it comes. For those of you on TikTok or Instagram, now is when you want to click the link in my profile, tune in on YouTube so you can take part in the minigame. Only counts if you're on YouTube. Here we go. So the number is between 70 and 100. The number is between 70 and 100. For those of you on YouTube, you get 3 guesses in the chat, 1 at a time. First person to guess the number will be the next person to help facilitate the next reading using the Ananda Tarot deck. So thank you again, everyone, so much. We'll work on working towards that Patreon sign up as we move through this reading. And so by the time we're done this reading, we'll move right into the next reading as soon as we have that next Patreon sign up or Patreon upgrade. And again, we'll I'll do like the commentary as the numbers start coming in. And here come the guesses. We've got Carly out the gate with a 73, and we've got Ashley coming right behind them with a 77, right behind them Starlight with another 77, and we've got Brianna with a 92, followed behind them by Pisces with a 78, and right behind Pisces we've got Starseed with a guess of 94, and right behind Starseed we've got Julian coming in with a 97, and behind Julian we've got the next guest calling up with Liliana at 86, and Fanny dropping in close behind with an 81. Rising Starseed aiming high with a 99. Brianna taking a solid guess with a 96. Woo woo, that's my favorite number. Fanny dropping in an 84, with Pisces dropping in their second guess of a 74. And right behind Pisces, the next guess we've got is 79 by Pisces again, with Starlight dropping in right behind them with a 72. No one's got it yet. Some people have already used up their 3 guesses, so for those of you who are left, use your guesses wisely. And we've got Brianna coming up behind them with an 85, and right behind Brianna we have gotten the next guess with a beep beep beep. Here comes the guess, beep 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 beep, with Julian dropping in an 80. For those of you who are here, if you have made 3 guesses yet, you guys can add 1 more guess to the chat if you've already made 3 guesses, so go ahead. That will just help speed things up a little bit. And behind Julian we've got another person taking in a guess at here it comes. The guess that we've got. LaRosa dropping in with an 82, and behind LaRosa we've got another guess. Sometimes these mini games take 2 seconds. Sometimes they take a couple minutes. And behind them we've got Pinox dropping in their first guess with an 83, and behind them we've got Fanny dropping in another guess with a 73. Tony aiming high with a 100, and after Tony we've got another person guessing with Julian with another 100, Ashley with a 94, Sheena with a 77, Julian with a 99, Brianna with a 71. Nobody has got it yet, like straight up, like it's no one's got it yet. So, and Pisces with, I'll have to send the signal even clearer. Make sure I didn't put a cloaking device on it. Pisces with an 84, Starseed with a 76, Carly with a 93, for everybody here, if you've run out of guesses, you can have one more guess. So go ahead and we'll do that. Hopefully someone gets it like right any second. Again, you're not tuning in to Brendan Reed's numbers on screen for 2 hours. But again, we'll get right through this mini game as soon as we have that victory number in the chat. I know somebody's going to guess it any second here. Thank you everyone again. Yeah, those dang invisibility cloaks on those numbers works every time. Apparently that's a thing. I don't know. Anyways, all right, and another guess coming in behind them with Starlight with a 94, Curtis with a 95, Brianna with an 89, Fanny with a 91, 95 behind them by Amanda, and right behind Amanda, man, I'm surprised you guys haven't got it yet. I'm just making sure nobody got it. No one's got it yet. And Carly with a 97. Again, guesses only count if you're on TikTok, or sorry, if you're on YouTube. So if you're on TikTok or Instagram, click the link in my profile to be able to join in on YouTube there. And all right, so sorry, it's just I'm trying to words. Okay, stuff. Let's keep focus here. And Pisces behind them with an 81. Usually it doesn't take this long. I'm surprised you guys haven't got it yet. There's like double check, guys. Like, okay, I'm sending it really clear. How is no one has it yet? Sometimes this happens. I believe in you guys. You can do this. I believe. Brianna dropping in a 93. All right. Last call. Just put in guesses. Whoever gets it at this point, you guys like just activating like ultra mode. You get like all like mega balls on the pinball table. Everyone just take as many guesses as you need. Whoever gets it. Hopefully someone gets it like right away. I'm surprised no one got it yet. I apologize for those of you who are new. You're just like, get it. Oh, and there it is. And Curtis takes the victory finally after an endurance race that took months and months with a 90. Congratulations, Curtis. Curtis did get it with a 90. Haha, the strategy worked perfectly. And for everybody else, you guys can ease off on the guesses there. And congratulations, Curtis, who dropped it in with the victory of 90. 90 was the number there. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I think the cloaking device must have worked there for some reason. So I apologize. I should warn you when I'm using the cloaking device on a number. Jeez. Okay. All right, Curtis, go ahead. Let us know if you're ready. And for everybody here, go ahead and give Curtis a nice little congratulations. Nobody else also got 90 after all that. Still, everybody else just got 90. So go figure. All right. Awesome. Thank you again, Curtis. Curtis, one of our leading members. And again, let's get ready to move into our next reading. So Curtis, just let us know if you're ready. And for everybody here, again, as we're doing this, we'll move into our next reading as we have another person signed up for the Patreon. And so again, if you're tuned in right now, and if you're a fan of my work and you want to be able to join further in the community as a leading member, go ahead and join on the Patreon. Help us reach our goal of 233 or 230 tonight. And you can join at the $11 monthly contribution. And again, you're doing that not just to support me, but to also support you. Do it as a fuck yes to yourself, and as a way for you to be able to invest in yourself, kind of like a monthly gym membership, to be able to surround yourself with a super dope team of conscious media creators. So again, we're going to get right into this reading. For those of you who are new to the Patreon, go ahead and check it out. Long story short, I've been creating conscious media for 10 years. Our focus is one of the parts of my focus is to help support other people in developing their skills as conscious media creators, and to be able to literally help over 100 fellow conscious media creators become self-sustained in doing what they do by sharing their devotion and sharing their craft. So that's a big part of what we're doing. So again, my Patreon's successful, and I'm helping other people build their Patrons, their Discord, all of that really cool stuff. So if you're a conscious media creator and you want to be able to level up your skills, go ahead and join on the Patreon when you're ready. And we'll do the next reading after this as we have another person sign up for the Patreon. So after this reading, we'll literally like until we have another Patreon sign up, then we'll get into the next reading. So in order to make sure that there's no intermission here, let's work on getting that Patreon sign up as we're doing this reading. And again, the link for that's in the YouTube info, it's in the YouTube chat, it's up there. And for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, the link is in my profile as well. And for anybody who may be watching this on Facebook, you guys can jump over to YouTube by clicking the link in the pinned comments and in the video info. If you're new here, drop a 333 in the comments. Let's get right into our first, right into this meditation for our second reading of tonight. Thank you, Curtis. And Curtis just confirmed that you are ready. Thank you everyone again for leveling up. And yeah, let's do this. So again, we're going to use the Ananda Tarot deck. And once we get that first Patreon sign up, we'll dive into the Lightworker Oracle deck, Hero's Journey, or Sacred Spirit, based on what the person chooses, because when you join on the Patreon, you'll help facilitate the next reading as well. So that's like a bonus thing there for you as well. So cool. Awesome. All right, let's get right into this. All right, Curtis, assuming you're ready, for everybody here, go ahead and join us in this swift and gentle meditation to be able to focus our intention. And again, the intention here is show us what we need to see. So for everybody here, when you're ready, gently close your eyes. And as you listen to my voice, begin connecting with your breath. Soft, gentle inhales and soft, gentle exhales. Breathing here as you straighten up your spine, open up your chest, relax your face. Curtis, focusing, and for everybody here, focusing on gratitude, bringing yourself into the space of gratitude. Gratitude for yourself for showing up, gratitude for the messages we are about to receive, gratitude for the sacred space, gratitude for this beautiful team, this community. With gratitude in your heart for everybody here, focusing on the intention, show us what we need to see. We being the individual, we being the collective, we being the team, this super awesome team of shifters, of conscious media creators, of people helping assist with the shift in consciousness. With that intention in your heart, show us what we need to see for Curtis and for everybody here. I want you to speak it with your heart, speak it with your mind, speak it with your words, speak it with your soul. Curtis, take a few more moments here, listen to your breath. Connect with your intuition. When you're ready, gently open up your eyes and type it now into the chat. For everybody else, keeping your focus on that intention, gently open up your eyes as well and type your wizard noises in the chat. And here we go. And oh, how the time continues to unfold, as that which is new is that which was once old. For deep within these roots we shall reach deep into the core of who we are and realize just how magical these branches spread so far. And so as we root ourselves into the gift of this present moment, let us use our wizard noises as we bring forth this ancient magic and own it. New, 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 zoom, 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 new, 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 pew, pew, shoo, woo, woo, woo. Good wizard noises, you guys. Wee, wee, pew, pew, zibbity, boo, 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 wee, 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 wee. And so as we open up our heart to the gifts of this time, we shall pull forth the card as Curtis types now, and we shall see, choo, 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 what is yours and what is mine. Ooh, I like this one. All right, team. The card that we have pulled, the next card for this next reading for everybody. Again, if you're here, this reading is for you, so nobody has to worry about asking for an individual reading. This card that we have pulled for everybody is Flames number 8. Flames number 8. Take a look at that there. I'm going to open up the book in a second, and then again we're going to read from there, and then we're going to dive a little bit deeper. Thank you everyone again so much for joining us here as we do the things and do the stuff, the tarot. And again, inviting for those of you who feel called to be able to connect to our Patreon. So again, if you're a conscious media creator, or if you're interested in conscious media creation, I don't know who I'm pointing to right now. I'm pointing, sorry, I shouldn't point. Hello. If you're a conscious media creator, definitely check out our Patreon and join when it works for you. And if you're feeling like you're ready to join tonight, again, do that and you will help facilitate our next reading. This will be the last reading for tonight unless we have somebody signed up for the Patreon. I'm 100% confident that we'll have somebody sign up for the Patreon, but again, just letting everyone know that, again, as we move forward, we'll move into the next reading as we have another person ready to sign up for the Patreon. So again, real quickly, if you are interested in being able to be a part of a team of super dope conscious media creators and level up your skills as a conscious media creator, definitely join on the Patreon. That's where you can join and be involved as a leading member. And again, our team is both people, conscious media creator wise, who are brand new, and those who are already well established. So if you're interested in developing your skills, surround yourself with a super dope, awesome community. And again, I'll get all sorts of awesome discounts as well. One second, I'm just fixing the camera there. There we go. I'm back. Okay, awesome. If anybody here is ready to sign up for the Patreon, go ahead and drop that 555 in the chat. Let us know. And yeah, let's work on getting that next Patreon sign up. I would say before 11:11, and then we'll get right into that next reading as we're doing this. So we're gonna go right from here, boom, right into the next reading as we have that next Patreon sign up. Patreon links in the info below. It's on my profile link on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, thank you again everyone so much. And let's get ready to move into this next reading. So Patreon supporters, you guys help make this possible, and thank you again, everyone. Takes a team to shift the paradigms. All right, 8 of Flames. This is a super cool card. I don't remember the last time when I got this card, so I'm excited to be able to dive into it. The symbolism on this card is very interesting. Again, for those of you on TikTok, click the link in my profile so you can see me showing it to the YouTube camera. We have this like basically kind of like an obelisk that almost kind of looks like a doorway or almost like a picture frame more so. And you can see there's kind of like it's hard to see. There's an 8-pointed kind of star here, but you can also see there's kind of like a little planet. It looks kind of like a planet behind it. There's some kind of sphere behind it. Maybe it's a spaceship, I don't know, but you can see these like rays kind of pointing from it, kind of this golden trim around the door, and then there's kind of like these symbols kind of just like off to the sides. It's hard to even tell what exactly, well, I guess actually no, those symbols, those are like astrology symbols. So there's kind of like a wheel of the astrology symbols that's kind of like going around this, almost like a mandala. And again, just these like super interesting rich reds, and down here is actually like water. It's kind of like water reflecting back there as well, but it's like all like these like dark, like kind of like very just like ominous reds, but very powerful flamey reds as well. So again, that's just me literally explaining just like the actual image of this, and let's read a little bit further into the deck. Thank you everyone again so much for being here. For those of you on TikTok or Instagram, click the link in my profile, join in on YouTube. And again, let's work on getting that next Patreon sign up. So if you guys are fans of my work, join on Patreon, help us reach our goal of 230 this month. And again, join as a leading member and help facilitate the next reading. Reminder, even for anybody already signed up for Patreon, if you guys want to increase your Patreon pledge, that will also help initiate the next reading after this, and then we'll keep going. So if you guys want to help just keep the momentum going, go ahead and upgrade on Patreon if you wish. Whatever is cool with you is totally cool. And again, we'll keep an eye open for that as we dive into this. So if you're here, this message is for you. 8 of Flames, the image. Surrounded by a shadowy zodiac suspended in time, an 8-pointed star appears from the depth of the cosmos on the level of here and now. As I'm reading this, for everybody here, drop an 1111 in the chat if anything I say resonates, and prepare to write out an affirmation. For everybody who may be new, these are team readings, so these readings are for everyone. If you're tuned in right now, this reading is for you, so it's pretty cool this way. All right, I'm going to use my wizard voice, so allow yourself to just be open. Crystal, thanks for holding space in the TikTok chat. Much appreciated. Meaning. The aspect of time has considerable importance with this card. On one hand, the signs of the times point to an immediate event. On the other hand, the choice of the right moment in time is of major importance. We must take advantage of the hour at hand. Developmental processes are sped up. Decisions should not be put off. The demand for action and reaction requires a wakeful mind and the readiness to act. The momentary situation contains a possibility of setting free the potential which lies beneath the surface, which under normal circumstances is difficult to reach. Discover, spelled like dis and then cover, like remove the cover. Discover what is in you. That's interesting. I never thought about that word that way. Whoa, paradigm shift. Under these circumstances, the various aspects of personality can be integrated into self. The opportunities that arise won't come within reach again anytime soon. They should be taken advantage of as soon as they appear and used according to one's own being. One receives confirmation for that which one perhaps has already previously sensed. In spontaneity, which results from situational actions, Abilities can be awakened that one had never dared or dreamed of before. This is a really interesting card. This is a time that describes the setting in motion of planetary transits and progressions. Take advantage of your opportunities and react upon the impulses of your inner being. The truth will be revealed through you. Astrological significance: Sun, Uranus, square and semi-square aspects. Keywords: casual factors, dynamics, action and reaction, bringing forth change, setting free the potential at hand, exhausting all possibilities, use of willpower, revelations, cleft between theory and practice, spontaneity. Traditional meaning: progress, speeding up developmental processes, events that are immediate, urgency, spontaneous reaction, protection, impulsivity, speed. Okay, let's dive a little bit deeper into this one. This one's cool. I don't remember the last time I've read this one on air in all the centuries that I've done tarot reading. And this may be the, I don't know, this I it might be the first time I've read this card on air. I don't know. I've done it for quite a few whiles. Quite a few eons. So anyways, let's dive a little bit deeper into this. For those of you who are tuned in, we're just going to continue to just kind of like channel some additional creative energy. I'm just going to kind of tap into my heart space, talk in a way that's just going to continue to give you guys additional information. Again, team, let's work on getting that Patreon sign up before 11/11. So if anybody here is ready to do that, you can do that while listening to this, and then we'll get right into our next reading as soon as we're done this one. So this is a really, really interesting card. And so again, the mention behind this card is about being able to see it through the perspective of the importance of time and the importance of developing a healthy relationship with time. Time is something very fascinating, and time is almost like, it's like a stream, it's like a current. It like moves around us all the time. Time is very multifaceted, but with this card, be it again in relation to the flames, this card is very much about, again, this process of being able to use our self-awareness to be able to take action when time is of the essence, when moments may not be there forever, when doors may be open for only a period of time. Within the astrological circumstances and with things moving around, people talk about this, would be like, oh, there's like portals opening. What we're saying is that again, there's like circumstances, there's opportunity for you to be able to work alongside with those energies as the universe gives them to you, So with this card, it's really inviting us to be able to, again, be able to check in with the self and to be able to make sure that we're ready to act when those times arise, because that's kind of how like manifestation works in a lot of ways, is that the universe will kind of, you know, we set out the intention, and then even through reverse time theory, the universe will bring something into our path, but we have to be mindful enough to be able to see it when it is there. So with this card, this is about being able to cultivate a degree of self-awareness, to be able to recognize opportunities when they come, to be able to see synchronicities as they arise, to be able to act from a space of spontaneity, but also from a place of courage, also from a place of confidence. And this card does relate to the death card. And again, usually when we do these readings, every card kind of sequences into the next card. So again, I'm curious to see what the next card is going to be once we get into that next reading. And so with this, so again, I think this is a very, very powerful card that invites us to be able to get better at evolving things in a way where we actually like go through lessons sooner rather than later, where we utilize and seize opportunities sooner rather than later. If something is meant for you, it will come into your life, so to speak. But there is this kind of free will that we carry where the universe can't force it on us. I mean, relatively speaking, I guess, maybe sometimes, but in most cases, it's oftentimes something that's presented to us where we have to identify it through conscious will, through conscious choice. Hey, that's that thing that I was working on getting. And then you work on being able to move into that next process of being able to take action, and again, being able to utilize that opportunity before it passes by. So you want to be able to get into that process of being able to understand that as you do this, you're actually accelerating your evolution. The universe is giving you things that you are ready for, and when you identify that those things are there in the first place, it gives you the opportunity to develop as a result of that. It gives you the opportunity to learn as a result of whatever that circumstance may be in that situation. So I think again, again, for those of us who are, especially again for leading members, for those of you who are continuing to grow alongside one another, that's one of the things that we talk about a lot within our team is again, you know, this idea of being able to continue to grow in a way where every single day is an opportunity, and there's just like this process of being able to understand that things will arise within circumstances, and we need to be able to be consciously there to be able to identify them in order to be able to make that synergistic relationship between our choice and the event itself in order to be able to bring forth an experience that will lead to more of our growth. So this is where sometimes we need to be able to develop a bit of that spontaneity, to sometimes go out of our comfort zone. And I'm sure for some of you this would be like something that's relatable, where, you know, it might be something where it's like, hey, do you want to like go to, I mean, I don't know, I guess this sounds kind of cliche. It's like, hey, there's like an audition coming up, and let's go to the audition together. And your friend tells you about an audition, and you're like, nah, I don't want to do that audition. But then if you're just be like, hey, you know what, like this is something I'm kind of interested in, listen to your heart, and then you follow through with it, and then it changes your life and it takes you on this like magical journey. So again, with this, I think one of the powerful things within this card is to be able to understand that this is about being able to tap into the fiery nature of action, but also to be able to do it from a very heart-centered place. Because I think that's the important thing, is when you're more in a mindful state, you're also in a more heart-filled state. You want to be mindful and you want to be heartful, right? Like we don't talk about that heartfulness. We talk about mindfulness, but we don't talk about heartfulness, right? As if that's not a real word. Maybe it isn't. But what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to get good at listening to your intuition, and when your intuition says act now, you act now. And when your intuition says heck no, you say heck no, right? So you want to be able to get good at being able to connect with that part of yourself. And again, as a result of that, that's going to bring forth valuable change within your reality. Whereas if you just move into this process of not making choices, evidently that can create just like a consistently stagnant environment. You need to bring in new elements. You need to go outside of your comfort zone. You need to be able to step into things that you may be a little bit unfamiliar with, but again, to be able to move into it from a place of both balance, spontaneity, impulsivity, urgency, speed, reaction, but again, also doing it from a place of mindfulness, doing it from a place of being able to understand that like whatever opportunity is there is something that the portal may be closing, the door may be closing. So don't wait for and that will happen sometimes. I'm sure that's happened with a lot of us, where there's been circumstances where it's like you knew there was an opportunity, but you didn't fully act on it, and then the opportunity passed you, but then you're like, oh man, it was only after the opportunity passed that I realized how much I really wanted it. But use those feelings, if that does happen, to motivate you, so that the next time when that opportunity arises, you're gonna say like, oh, there it is again. Like that's almost the same thing, and then you strike, and then you like take that opportunity as well. Again, I'm sure that could probably relate to like circumstances of like relationships and things like that with people as well. But yeah, I like this idea that, again, you know, this is a very, very interesting way of being able to think about the momentary situation contains the possibility of setting free the potential which lies beneath the surface, which under normal circumstances is difficult to reach. So see these momentary situations of novelty and of spontaneity of something that is there to be able to uncover something that is beneath the surface of your own being. So like when you think of it from that way, you can also get very excited about being able to like acknowledge and recognize and get better at recognizing those little like boost points within your reality as a result of situations unfolding in front of you. But you being able to say, hey, sweet, this is unexpected. This is a bit of a challenge. I wonder what this is going to uncover for me. I wonder what new gifts and new potential lies beneath the surface that this little event, or whatever event that may be, it could become a big event, will again continue to uncover and bring forth and allow for me to be able to step into as well. So this card's a lot to do with, again, opportunity and the universe giving us those opportunities, and daring to dream and daring to be able to step in with that courage, knowing that whatever choice you make will be meaningful. And when you do make those choices that may be a little outside of your comfort zone, that's where you're going to really find like new ways of growth that you otherwise wouldn't have fully accessed. So yeah, super, super powerful card there. I think, again, this is a really cool, powerful card to just remind us that when we see the doors opening, which again is kind of like what this is, it's like a giant door, it's like a portal, to choose, if you feel it in your heart, to be able to step through it before the portal closes, before the door closes, because every single one of those doors has a gift for you. Every single one of those doors has an opportunity. And so when you can feel into your heart, and if you're like, yo, that's a door for me, I'm going to step through it, and you do that and you gain the experience and you keep moving forward, and that's going to help you with identifying more doors as they arise. And as you make this habit of being able to identify doors and opportunities and circumstances that synchronistically come into your path, you're going to get better at being able to continue to identify them. And then as a result of this is going to uncover more of your developmental process to continue to be able to level up and speed up your conscious evolution. So this card's all about speeding up your conscious evolution by hitting those boost points along the path. So, I don't know, it reminds me of like Mario Kart or something like that. Like hit the boost, or like Star Fox, use the boost to get through, Fox. So, but anyways, go ahead and drop some 1111s if this resonates with you. Drop a little affirmation. Again, I think this is a valuable card. Again, strike when the iron is hot would be kind of the simplified message of this, but strike from a place of mindfulness and confidence and courage, and you can be scared while doing it. You can be like, oh, I'm like a little nervous and anxious. Like, that's okay. Sometimes you're going to take those opportunities, and it's going to feel almost like equivalent to like jumping out of a plane with a parachute on. You're going to be like, okay, here we go. And you just kind of go into it. But yeah, I've had plenty of those opportunities and circumstances, even like way back in the day, back when I would used to do like free hugs and stuff like that, right? I'd be like, okay, I'm feeling the call. I'm going to do free hugs. And then you do free hugs and you end up like connecting with like amazing people. Or I'm going to go to this event. You go to this event, you connect with like someone really, really important on you. So again, look for those little opportunities, what they may be it online, be it in person, be it in your connection with whatever relationships that you have in your immediate reality. So find those portals, identify them as they arise within your reality, and step through them to be able to accelerate your developmental process. Learn. Do not become stagnant. Use your will to be able to consciously see those portals and to be able to step through them as opportunities for you to be able to grow. If you make a habit of this will become an incredibly important way for you to be able to accelerate your overall awakening, collective shift in consciousness, call it what you will. So beautiful. Drop some affirmations down in the chat. Let us know how that resonates with you. I'm just going to restart the Instagram feed here in 2 seconds, and then we'll read those on air. And again, team, as it is right now, we're going to just give things a couple moments. Oh, I just got to 1 second here. I just got to fix the webcam. Perfect. So again, as it is right now, team, we're gonna stand by for a little bit to be able to get things set up and get ready to go into our next reading as soon as we have another Patreon sign up. So we're still holding space to be able to invite that first Patreon sign up for tonight, and we'll read some of the affirmations as we go. Again, if anybody here is ready to sign up for the Patreon, now's a great time to be able to do it. That way, so we can get right into our next reading as soon as possible. For those of you on TikTok, go ahead and click the link in my profile, join in on YouTube. You can find the Patreon link there as well, and I'll just read some of the affirmations in the chat, as well as just give a little bit of my own affirmation. I am continuing to connect with the awareness of my heart to be able to identify moments as they arise that may only be present within short periods or set periods of time. I will utilize these opportunities and to be able to use my courage to step into the unknown, to rise to the opportunities, and to be able to use them as a way for me to accelerate my overall growth, so that I can continue to show up and serve others and to be ready for the path still ahead. So that's my little affirmation there. So awesome. I will read a couple more of those affirmations in the chat as well. Crystal, I will more actively seize the day without attaching fear of the outcome. Carpe diem. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, I mean, I didn't say that literally during this reading, but essentially this card is very much a Carpe diem theme to it. So Pisces, I strike with courage of mind and strength of heart while the iron is hot. Ooh. Brothers of metal, da, 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 da. Singing of like Manowar. Here is your call, da, 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 strike while the iron is. There's a song that like talks about that. Starseed, I discover the truth of the illusion of time and consciously use my awareness in the present moment to choose the experience and actions that will facilitate growth and circumstances to level up. Starseed, very well said. Love that. Pinox, Kristen, I am mindful of opportunities as they come into my space. I am centered in my heart space, feeling the courage within and taking action to step out of my comfort zone. Awesome. Pinox again, I am grounded in community filled with support and encouragement, wrapped in love. Beautiful. Yeah, and again, that's another big thing, right? Like this idea of being able to know that like your courage is amongst a community of other people who are also taking those steps into the unknown, who are also in this process of seizing those opportunities. Like again, for other leading members, like definitely holding space for each other to do that for anybody is really, really powerful. So it's like, okay, like I can do this because we're doing this as a team, right? That's the power of community. Curtis, I am courageous, I am willing, I am evolving consistently. Beautiful. Sheena, I am divinely protected, I am divinely provided, I am divinely guided. Beautiful. Fanny, I am receiving abundant lessons and I am so grateful for the opportunities they provide me to soar. Awesome. Wonderful. Any other affirmations? Affirmation, metal for life. That's a good affirmation for sure. Awesome. All right, thank you again everyone so much for hanging out as it is right now. We're going to hold space to be able to invite in anybody who's ready to be able to join in on the Patreon. And again, as we have another Patreon sign up, working towards our objective of reaching 230, but also even potentially 233 tonight. Again, Patreon, for those of you who aren't familiar with, is a really, really cool platform where people can support artists that they like with monthly contributions. And so again, I've been building my Patreon for a while, and when you guys join on my Patreon, you can get access to lots of cool stuff, including discounts for the item shop, such as the beautiful Lumerian Light Guardian crystals, which are exclusive to the project that I hand make. You can also get access to secret videos. Give me a second here. Excuse me. And again, I just have to be mindful of my voice too. My precious wizard voice.
That's how just sound like Cartman. Hey, you guys, wanna do some tarot readings?
That doesn't sound like Cartman. I don't know what that's. I'll do the entire tarot reading as Tally. I'll do Tally. You guys want to do some tarot readings? Okay, what's this one about? Oh man, I'm tripping out, man. Oh, 8 of Flames. Oh man, I could use a few of those. I feel like I should just do it as Tally. I feel like if I just channel Tally, more people will sign up for the Patreon maybe. Anyways, team, thank you so much everyone for joining in. As it is right now, team, we are holding strong to the condition of being able to set the space here to be able to invite people to be able to sign up for the Patreon, or to be able to again invite other Patreon supporters to increase their pledge. Once we've had one or the other, we'll get right into our next reading. And again, as somebody does that, you guys can choose. So again, when you join on Patreon tonight, not only are you helping us reach our goals, but again, you can also choose the next deck that you want to be able to help use for when we're facilitating our reading. So join on Patreon tonight and you can help facilitate the next reading with, again, being able to choose from the Sacred Spirit deck, being able to choose the Hero's Journey deck, or being able to choose the Lightworker Oracle deck, or the Ananda Tarot deck as well. So again, for those of you who may be new, go ahead and drop a 333 in the chat. If anybody here is ready to sign up for the Patreon, do me a favor, drop a 555. Only takes about 5 minutes to sign up for the Patreon. Help us reach 230 tonight on Patreon. That's like my job, to be able to reach the 230 goal on Patreon tonight. So thank you again, everyone, for helping support it and for holding space. And again, I'll just explain real quick. Essentially, I'm just going to keep talking about the Patreon until we have another person signed up. So if you guys are like, if you guys are like ready to get into the next reading, go ahead and join up on the Patreon. Or again, if you are already signed up for the Patreon, please feel free to plug it into the chat and even just take a moment to just be able to like invite others to be able to join in as well. So for those of you who are new here, what is the Patreon? Patreon is a part of the way how people can be involved with this really, really cool team of conscious media creators that we've been building. So if you're interested in learning more about the team of conscious media creators, I'll explain that real quick. When you join on Patreon at the $11 a month contribution, that's where you can join as a leading member and get access to all the benefits to support you as a conscious media creator. So I've been creating conscious media for over 10 years. I've got a lot of experience doing this. I've worked in the professional industry. I'm also an award-winning Canadian filmmaker. And so within our community, when you join on the Patreon as a leading member, you get access to our full community team chat, which you can think of as like a conscious media production studio. And it's a really, really professional, really cool place where we collaborate and get coordinated as a team and support each other as conscious creators. You also get access to join our regular collaborative work periods where you can get access to being able to like work one-on-one with me and also other members of the team to be able to get further feedback to support you within developing your social media tactics related to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, live broadcasts, even building your own Discord and your Patreon. And again, when you join on the Patreon, you can also join as a member on air for our weekly team podcast that we do on Thursdays. This Thursday's podcast, if you want to join before it, is a big one. It's a full moon meditation, and that's going to be a global meditation and a community panel on the theme, the spiritual wisdom of shadow. So that's going to be really, really cool. Crystal, thank you so much for joining in. Anybody else, thank you again for those of you who might be heading out early. And again, when you join on the Patreon, you also get access to me as a conscious media creation coach as well. And that's where you can like work one-on-one with me to be able to get additional feedback and clarity on your content that you're creating as a conscious media creator. So again, you guys are welcome to join on the Patreon if you're interested in joining as a leading member within our team of conscious media creators. And if you just want to join on the Patreon just because you want to support my work, that is all equally appreciated too. And yeah, when you join on the Patreon, think of it as like an investment for yourself, kind of like joining a gym membership or whatever it may be. And yeah, as it is again right now, team, we're just gonna hold space. And if for whatever reason there's no new signups in the next little bit, then we'll wrap it up early, and that's okay. Like, I'm okay with that. We'll do whatever the universe decides. Like, again, we've already succeeded, but this is still like working on that additional home stretch. I'm planning on going live on air tomorrow as well. We just need to make sure that we're past the 230 goal by the end of the month, and then again working towards 260 for next month as well. So you guys are welcome to sign up for the Patreon at any time. Contributions process on the 1st of each month. So if you sign up between today and October 1st, contributions will process October 1st. If you sign up after that, contributions will process on November 1st as well. So if anybody here who's already signed up for the Patreon, if you guys want to increase your Patreon pledge, you guys are welcome to do that. And if anybody here is ready to sign up for the Patreon tonight, go ahead and drop a 555 in the chat. We got about 20 people tuned in on YouTube. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. And give me a second as I just rest my voice. Bum, 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 bum. And thank you guys for holding space in the chat. Awesome. All right, team. Holding space. Let's work on getting that next Patreon sign up for those of you who are tuned in. Again, I guess I might have to explain it again. I don't know. You guys tell me if you guys are ready to do another Patreon sign up. We'll get right into the next reading. And if there is no new Patreon sign up tonight, that's totally cool. Like, I'll stay here until, I don't know, hopefully not too long. I mean, I hope we do get another Patreon sign up because I'd love to be able to get right into a next reading. So again, for everybody here, thank you so much for joining in. We're just in an intermission stage as we're between readings, and we'll do our next reading as soon as we have another person signed up for the Patreon. So again, if you guys are a fan of my work, you can join the Patreon. You can find the link down below. You can see the link on screen there. And yeah, you can find the link on YouTube up there. Link's also in my profile. And again, join on there with the monthly contribution and get involved as a leading member as well. So Pinoak saying, I didn't even know I could be a conscious media creator when I joined the Patreon, but the support from the team, I've been able to fill the role and grow more than I ever imagined. Thank you so much, Pinoaks, your kind words, and again, just like hearing the feedback, because like if Pinoaks can do it, anybody can do it. And again, team, for those of you who are looking to get involved, our team of conscious media creators, it is a team of people who are, again, you know, just getting started as conscious media creators, as well as those who are already a bit more established. So it's a good variety. Thank you, Starseed, for joining in. Excited to be able to see you for Thursday as well. Cool, team. All right, team. Well, as it is, again, you know, just checking in with anybody here. If anybody here is ready to either increase their Patreon pledge, edit it, or if anybody is ready to sign up for the Patreon, go ahead and let me know. And otherwise, yeah, we may be wrapping up early tonight. I'm not 100% sure. I'm okay either or. I'm more than happy to be able to hold space. We still got to share some readings tonight, but again, I would love to be able to do another reading for anybody here. Though sometimes when we do this, it's literally already like 90% Patreon supporters signed up, so that's like kind of like what happens sometimes. My TikTok isn't like super booming right now. There's only 2 people joined in, so I don't know. Sometimes TikTok's different. Like, I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know. I don't understand how the TikTok live feed works sometimes. Sometimes there's like a bunch of people tuned in, and sometimes there's just not many people tuned in, but that's totally fine. Curtis says, I've seen all the potential with everyone here. It's so amazing the work we all do, helping one another in a place where we can make tools to exponentially expand the horizon. Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, Starseed, for your gratitude. Panook says, for real, if you want to build your creative content or just help in a larger way, this is the place to be. So yeah, so again, for those of you who are new, if you're new, drop a 333 in the chat if you would like to let us know. And again, if you're looking for a super dope team of conscious media creators, then this is a super dope team of conscious media creators. So welcome. And again, for those of you who may be new, you guys are welcome to connect to our Discord server, and you can find the link for that in the info for the video. So cool, team. All right, team, gonna hold space here for the next little bit. If we don't have any updates or Patreon signups in the next little bit, then we'll wrap it up early tonight. Again, I'd love to be able to get into that next reading, and we'll just kind of see whatever the universe has in store. I may even, like, what I may end up doing, if we wrap this up, I'll probably end up still staying live on just like on TikTok or something like that, just kind of like specifically talking about the team and helping invite people as well. Starlight says, best team ever. Best team ever. Go team, go. It really is. It's a really, really cool team. Like I brag about you guys all the time. So awesome. Fanny, thank you for joining in. Yeah, I literally think that like almost everybody here is already signed up for the Patreon. So it is what it is, which is totally cool. And that's a great thing to be able to celebrate together. So beautiful. Awesome. All right, team. So if anybody's ready to sign up for the Patreon, go ahead, let us know. Drop a 555 in the chat. Only takes about 5 minutes to sign up. And if anybody wants to edit their contribution, you guys are welcome to do that as well. And we'll hold space for that. And I'm just gonna rest my voice for a couple minutes. So yeah, don't stay up too late, everyone. Go sleep. Yum 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 yum. Cimarron in the Instagram chat, seeing the 555 that you dropped there. If you're looking to sign up for the Patreon tonight, again, sign up for the Patreon if you're looking to join as a leading member within our community of conscious media creators. So just to be clear, like when people are signing up, don't just sign up just for tarot reading. Sign up because you're looking to be involved with our team of conscious media creators. And if you're looking for the Patreon link, the link is through my profile link on Instagram and TikTok. And again, you can also find it in the information on YouTube. So I would encourage you to jump over to YouTube and then even just connect to the Patreon through there. So Cimarron, let us know for sure if you're signing up tonight, if you want to do that. And again, we'll hold space here. Like we've done this before where sometimes we just kind of like wait a couple minutes and then like suddenly like 3 people sign up all at once. So awesome. Thank you again, everyone, for joining in. Awesome. All right, for those of you who are heading out early, thank you so much. Yeah, again, if people are heading out early, then yeah, we may end up just wrapping it up a little bit sooner tonight, which is totally fine. And that gives me a chance to just kind of like go rest for a bit. So today was a busy freaking day. It was. Awesome. All right, team. Last call if there's anybody ready to be able to sign up for the Patreon tonight. For those of you who are already ready to head off, thank you so much for joining in if you check back in a half hour, we're still going. That means somebody signed up. But nonetheless, thank you again just for being able to hang out here. I'm glad we were able to just share some inspiration, vibe out with the team together. And yeah, for those of you who are interested in learning more about our team of conscious media creators, go ahead and literally just say, like, I'm interested in the chat, and I can tell you more about that. But I'm sure most of you have probably already heard me talk about it a couple times tonight. So yeah, awesome. All right. Awesome. Yeah, if you guys just want to share some gratitude in the chat, please feel free to do that. And reminder, we have, is Pisces leading? I think Pisces is leading meditation tomorrow. So if you guys are able to tune in for that, that's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the link for that will be in the YouTube, or sorry, in the Discord chat. Awesome. Sweet. I love seeing you guys connect in the Discord chat. It's so exciting. Cool. All right, team. Last call. If anybody is ready to sign up for the Patreon tonight, like, we still have like 13 people tuned in, so it's quite possible that somebody who's tuned in right now is ready to sign up for the Patreon. I've definitely got enough energy to be able to go into another reading, or however many readings we want to be able to get into. So again, if anybody is ready to be able to join in on Patreon, go ahead and let me know and drop a 555 in the chat, and then we'll get right into that next reading. And otherwise, we'll be wrapping up the broadcast soon enough if there aren't any additional Patreon signups tonight, which is totally cool. Because I could probably use the night off. So there was so much work I did today. It was like nonstop. So, and then I jumped on here. Oh my goodness. Awesome. All right, team. I'm going to conclude this broadcast, but I'm going to stay up and do more work because I'm not done yet. I have to reach 2:30 by the end of the month. Like, that's literally my job. So I'd like to be able to see if I can reach it tonight, and I'll do some additional broadcasts on TikTok just to be able to connect with some people. There's a bunch of people who are interested in signing up. They're just going to sign up like in the near future, not necessarily tonight, and it's not a big sweat either way. But for the sake of saying we did it, I definitely want to be able to reach 2:30 on the Patreon tonight. Again, we were at like 2:30, and then like a couple people had to adjust some stuff. It happens all the time, so it's part of the flow. But that's where aiming for like 2:33 puts us in good shape. So cool, team. All right, a reminder again for everybody here, you guys are welcome to sign up for the Patreon at any time. You can find the link through my profile on TikTok and Instagram. Information's down in the YouTube video. I think most of you are already signed up for the Patreon. If anybody here wants to increase their Patreon pledge, you're more than welcome to do that. Whatever works for you is always greatly appreciated. And yeah, if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed on my other platforms, and please feel free to connect to our Discord server if that's something you're interested in. We are going to wrap up this broadcast. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Sending you guys so much love, and looking forward to being able to kick some butt and shift some more paradigms next time we hang out together. So for everybody here, wrapping it up, and as always, keep it shifty. Much love and welcome to the future. Concluding broadcast now as we get new Patreon sign up. No, I'm just joking. No, it's fine. So all right, okay, we're ready to wrap it up. All right, thanks again, everyone. And for those of you who are here, yeah, I love you guys. We're just wrapping up with today's readings though. So okay, cool. All right, thank you again, everyone. Keep it shifty, and I'll see you in the future, as I just said like 2 seconds ago, I think. Okay. All right, talk to you guys later. Much love.